Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Of course.
Fuck! He slid. Oh no. There was a guy standing in the corner too, but I was... Yeah, that guy. Dude. Damn it, man. What's going on, guys? It's Rage, and once again, welcome back to the Black Ops 6 beta. First off, I really hope you guys enjoyed those clips at the start of the video. Now that we've had the Black Ops 6 beta going for a couple of days, I've been really starting to find my shot with both of the snipers in this game. It's been a whole lot of fun learning the feel of the snipers, mixing it in with the Omni movement. It really has been a fresh experience. I'm planning on this video going up today on Monday, so the beta's now been out for a couple of days, so go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below how you guys are finding it. I'm really not gonna lie, I was a little bit worried, a little bit skeptical about how Omni movement was gonna end up playing out in Call of Duty, but it really has been a whole lot of fun learning it and getting used to it. I'm already starting to think about what it's going to be like to go back and play an older Call of Duty game without Omni movement and how it's going to change, but it's probably not going to be too much different than, you know, going from a jetpack Call of Duty back to boots on the ground. Overall, though, I've had a really solid time with it. Again, really finding my shot, hitting a couple clips here and there, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. I've got both the LR762 and the Dragunov already completely maxed out. Now, my next video is going to be on the Dragunov because this thing absolutely slaps. But here for today's video, though, I wanted to go ahead and show off the LR762, give some more initial thoughts and impressions with it. Now, here's the class that I'm using on it. I'm using the Extended Mag 1, the Quick Draw Grip, Heavy Stock, Strelic Laser, and the Rapid Fire Bolt. When I first started using the LR762, I thought of it as more of like a heavier Pellington, weirdly enough. Then I started seeing some comparisons to the Victus XMR, and now that I've got it like fully maxed out, this class that I've got right here really makes me feel like I'm using the Tundra once again from Cold War, which I honestly love because the Tundra was one of my favorite snipers ever. Now, real quick as well, before we go ahead and jump into a game, I wanted to quickly show off my graphics settings. I've been getting asked this question a lot over on the live streams. I have an RTX 3080, and honestly, for the most part, when it comes to the quality settings here, I run basically everything on high. I'll have my textures and shadows on normal. I have NVIDIA DLSS for the upscaling and sharpening, and a lot of the time I switch between balanced and performance. I go with balanced because I want the best of both worlds. I want the game to look good for, you know, clips in YouTube, but also at the same time, trying to get as many frames as I can. If you guys have any recommendations for this or what you guys use on your NVIDIA cards, let me know. But as far as basically everything else goes, it's all on high, normal. Screen space shadows are on high, shadow quality is on normal. You can probably change that to low. One thing to double check as well is always making sure that your motion blur is turned off. I have the first person camera movement set to 50%, so my screen isn't shaking a whole lot. Personally, I like to go with the inverted flashbang and also have the motion reduction on, which is nice. Also, as a quick side note for those of us that are playing on keyboard and mouse, be sure you're using gradual on the ADS sensitivity transition timing. It looks like they straight up removed the instant option because there's been a big problem with, especially with sniping in the game right now on mouse and keys. People were telling me it felt like complete trash, like when you would go to like swing your mouse from side to side and ADS in, it would feel awful. The COD Updates Twitter had tweeted about this saying that there was a bug going on with it, so be sure you're on gradual for right now. I'm pretty sure for all of these recent Call of Duties, I've had it on gradual. Thing is, too, a lot of the time for me, I might be pretty weird about this, but I really don't change too many settings. The only things that I consistently change, I would say, are my keybinds and just making them a little bit more similar to Call of Duty 4. That's literally it. That's all I do. I'm really not joking. I literally just change my keybinds to what they are on COD 4 and what I'm used to, and I just roll with it other than that. I get all sorts of questions all the time talking about, yo, what's your in-scope sensitivity and things like that, and I'm like, I have never changed that a day in my life. For someone who plays PC, I really don't change a lot of things at all. Like, I'm not really hip to all the best peripherals, best in-scope sensitivity options. Like, I genuinely don't know, bro. But on the real, though, I hope that gave you guys a little bit of insight as to what some of my settings are, just for those of you guys that were curious. In the meantime, though, once again, man, I am really starting to feel out this LR762. At first, I was thinking, like, man, this thing is really slow. But sitting here thinking about it, like, how is Treyarch supposed to go about this? Because I know I was talking about it in the first impressions video, where I was thinking that, yeah, I mean, it is pretty slow, and honestly, what they could end up doing at a certain point in time is maybe just increasing the base ADS speed. it would be the opposite of what we had once again in the Black Ops Cold War Alpha and Beta, where the snipers were overtuned for those, and we kind of expected the nerf for that to come on the full launch of the game, but maybe this time around it was going to be completely different, because here in BO6, the timing is already pretty slow as is. But I don't know though, I mean, like, the moment I really started to get this thing maxed out, I'm like, you know, this really does kind of feel like the Tundra. Maybe that's also just my copium, or maybe that's just the easiest comparison for me to think of, just because of the fact that, I mean, I spent so much time playing Cold War over the past couple of years, so just the easiest comparison for me to make. And I don't know, I think the real sniper of this IRL is called like the PGM Hecate. I think it's French. I'm sorry, I know, I said it wrong. I think in like one of the early BO6 leak videos I did months ago, I think I called it the Hellcat. Called it the Hellcat sniper rifle, hell yeah. I don't know, just like the more I look at this thing, it just kind of looks like it belongs to that like L96 AWM family series, whatever you want to call it, of sniper rifles. It just feels like it looks like it. Point is though, regardless, I've been really loving this sniper. And again, the more that I've been using it, the more I'm like, yeah, once this thing is maxed out, maybe it doesn't really need an ADS buff. This thing, though, yeah, the Jackal PDW, my god. Died 2021, born 2024. Welcome back, Cold War AK-74U. There's always something about Treyarch games where the snipers are very slow, and there's that one really good SMG at the launch of it. It also does have me a little bit curious as to how the full game is going to be. Now, of course, it's still a beta. We don't know what they're going to change with the snipers going into the full launch of the game. Maybe, again, the LR762 isn't going to be the only bolt-action sniper in the game. There also is a good chance as well that maybe they're not even showing us all of the attachments that might be in the full release of the game. We really don't know yet. The more that I've been playing with it, the more that I've been getting used to it, the more I'm like, for what it's worth right now in the beta, I think it's really solid. Now, of course, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I wouldn't be okay with an ADS buff to the LR762 here. I would not complain about that at all. But for where it's at right now, though, when you get it maxed out, it's pretty solid. Speaking of getting the weapons maxed out, though, I think Treyarch has already confirmed this, that the weapon leveling is a little too slow, and they are going to be buffing that. I don't know if they're going to do anything for like a double XP weekend going into the second weekend of the beta. We'll just have to see. I feel like I also really should have mentioned this a little bit ago while I was talking about my graphic settings, but I have a very serious question. For those of you guys that play this game on PC, do you guys play it on Steam or do you play it on Battle.net? And for those of you guys that have had the opportunity to play it on both platforms, which platform gives you better FPS? It sounds like a ridiculous question, I know, because it's the same game. You should be getting a very similar FPS regardless of platform. That's what you would think. I really don't know what it is, but I'm noticing on average on Battle.net, I'm getting like 20 to 30 frames on average higher than I do on Steam. Now, usually I play the games on Steam because I'm a little nerd and I like tracking my hours. I like seeing the amount of thousands of hours that I have on Call of Duty, but I really just don't know what it is or what changed. But yeah, I was playing the game on Steam the other day, and I'm getting an average of like maybe 110, 130 FPS on most maps. I'm noticing here, once I started moving over to Battle.net, all throughout the course of the day today, I was constantly like 150 to 180. Now, I was also playing on 1080p at the time, and I've upscaled it to 1440, just changed out the DLSS setting a little bit, but I'm noticing, regardless, on Battle.net, I'm getting higher frames, and I really don't know why. So if you guys have any recommendations or ideas as to why that might be the reason, do let me know that. One thing that I did do yesterday on Steam, though, was that I went ahead and disabled the in-game browser support. Oh man. Now that's actually also one of the biggest reasons as to why I like playing the games on Steam, is just having access to the in-game browser. It's really convenient, especially when I'm streaming. If I need to Google something real quick or like scroll back up in my chat, it's super easy to do. Can't really tab out of the game super effectively on Battle.net, but I don't know why. I'm getting more frames on BNet. This is also gonna sound like a very unpopular opinion, but the more I've been playing this map Derelict here, I hope I'm saying it right, the more that I've been playing this map, the more I'm really starting to enjoy it. I don't know if I would go as far as to say that it's my favorite map in the beta. I think that's still Skyline for right now, but this map, I don't know, I've seen a lot of people talk about how they don't really like it, and me personally, I'm really enjoying it. Alright, we got Rewind domination. That's also another thing that I wanted to talk about. They added this new map called Rewind. Of the common consensus that I've been seeing on Twitter, a lot of people have been saying that they're not really a giant fan of this map in particular. Thing is, playing Team Deathmatch on a map like Rewind or Scud is definitely not my top option, but something like Kill Order or Domination Hardpoint really isn't too bad on this map. I played a couple of games of Kill Order on this map, really not too bad. Maybe it's kind of a weird comparison in the thought that a lot of the maps in this game are going to be designed as that, once again, small to medium size, and this is definitely more on the medium size, but it also just kind of feels like there's a lot of running. Thing is though, I can't wait for the full release of the game to come out, but just because I know when the time comes, I'm literally only going to be queuing Hardpoint. It's not really a giant surprise at this point in time, but yeah, Hardpoint really is the best respawn mode to play in this game, just because it gets everybody moving, keeps the flow of the map always moving and rotating. Spawns for sure in a lot of the game modes as well could definitely always use some adjusting, but then again, that's always an ongoing thing. As far as the spawns go, I haven't really had too many times where I'm getting like really bad spawns. Some of them sometimes just don't make any sense. Like I'll run to a certain area on a hard point and just expect the enemies to be on the opposite side of that, but then they flip behind us. It's a very weird feeling at times. I really don't know how to describe it. It's like my years of Call of Duty game sets, I'm just expecting something to go a certain way, and then when it doesn't, I'm like, what? Now, I also don't know what's going on with the Strelic laser, but I don't think it's supposed to be that off-centered. I've also seen a couple of tweets talking about how apparently the reticles for the snipers in this game, the crosshairs, are completely off-center. I feel like it's a mix of that and sometimes the hit detection, where I really feel like at times I am just straight up shooting through people, but it's such a rarity. Thing is though, with FPS as well, I've noticed that here on the map Skyline that my FPS dips by about like 20 frames on average. Dude, I've been trying to hit this shot. Oh my... I've been trying to hit that shot so much. I've tagged the 360 Nosk on it like twice now. Not happy. Now also, despite the frame rate drop on this map, I think I would still say that Skyline's probably my favorite map in the beta right now. And again, I know it might sound a little bit weird, maybe a unpopular opinion, but Derelict, probably my second favorite. I think you guys will definitely see it in my Dragunov video when I go to make that later this week as well, but you'll see why. I really do feel like the more I end up playing that map, though, I am really starting to enjoy it a lot more. Go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below where you guys would rank all 4 of the beta maps. I think off the top of my head, I'd probably say Skyline, Derelict, Scud, and Rewind, but it's also very, like, game mode dependent as well. For Hardpoint, in my honest opinion, I really do think Derelict might be the best map in the game for Hardpoint right now. I know a lot of people really don't like Scud, but I also feel like that map is super underrated. Oh no, did my game just crash? Or did we all just disconnect? What happened? Oh my god, my game just crashed. Alright, awesome. No joke, that's one of the rare crashes I've actually had on this game. Definitely also heard a lot of people talk about this in the way that the whole COD HQ thing is working right now. Because it still loads Modern Warfare 3 first, then you have to click Black Ops 6, then it does the whole, like, close, relaunch the game. Once Black Ops 6 officially releases, though, it'll be the main game on the COD HQ launcher, and then it'll be easier to swap between everything. But yeah, again, though, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below how, again, you guys are finding the Black Ops 6 beta now that we've had it for a couple of days. Also, again, for the PC techs, if you guys have any idea as to why Battle.net seems to be running better than Steam, let me know that as well. I would have honestly never thought that that was even going to be a thing, but apparently it is. So, again, though, that's going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Thank you guys so much for checking it out. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. It's Enrage, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care, everybody.